Hello, folks. I am John Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. Apologize for missing yesterday. As I said on halftime, if you saw that today, I was interviewing Leon Cooperman, and Lee, his nickname, wanted to start early. He wasn't scheduled to come on for a couple hours, but hey, it's on his schedule, and we were at the Billionaires Conference up in Palm Beach. And that is definitely one smart dude. And so we accommodated Mr. Cooperman, and thus, because of the timing, I was unable to do the live stream with 3 at 3. So I apologize for that. But with that said, let's get started with some unusual option activity for today. It is the 9th of March, 2022. And I think we have some interesting trades because there were rumors and I guess perhaps unverified that OPEC was going to increase production. We'll see whether or not they caused crude oil to drop by 16% in a single session, rebounded to being down about 10 or 11%. We'll see where we finish up. But also, as I said on halftime report, I took 2/3 of my position off. 1/3 a week ago, as you may recall, of my energy position at 114 in crude oil. And the crude oil contracts that I didn't own, I used as a measuring stick for what levels I wanted to take profits. And they were 114, 126 to 132. We got there yesterday, and then I'd leave the final third on. But what I'm doing in each of those cases, folks, is I am taking off, meaning selling, with my hands out like this, selling Exxon, Chevron, Rig, which is Transocean, Venom, Diamondback Energy, these stocks in the energy space, and buying call spreads on the dip. So last week it worked out great. Sold them at 114, bought calls to give me the same exposure, but with a lot less risk as it traded down to 108. Did the same thing yesterday. Yesterday was able to sell, like I say, at nearly $128 a barrel for crude, and today buying it back much cheaper in the way of call spreads, putting a lot less risk on the table, but still with the same output. So now let's get started. And by the way, this is an energy stock, Oxy. I talked about it Monday. I talked about the Friday expiration, March 58 calls being bought for $1.77, 5,000. That's 500,000 share equivalent. Well, take a look at where the stock is today. With crude oil down as much as it's down, they're buying a number of the energy stocks. You just have to look around. But here's the example from 3 at 3 on Monday. So it is almost $2 full higher, despite the fact that crude is down double digits today. Take a look at that volume, 108 million shares, 22 million shares is the average. So there is a feeding frenzy, and it traded as high as 58.58, just that far from a new 52-week high today. So what should you do if you were a subscriber? Again, I can't pull triggers for anybody out here, folks, but I can tell you that I took profits. You need to be aware anytime I talk about a short-dated call, anytime you trade or talk about a short-dated put, be very nimble, meaning take your profits like that, take your losses same way like that. If I bought these for 177 and they fell to 80 cents, I'd be out. They didn't. They moved the opposite direction. It's been a very nice ride. And by the way, as you know, I bought at the monies because that's what I said live on the Monday broadcast. All right. Please check out Crypto Convo. I have two ambassadors that are going to be joining me in the coming days and weeks. One, a former U.S. ambassador and CIA officer, and another, an ambassador and former CEO that are going to be joining me separately. One is on the ground in Moscow. He is a diplomat. I'm sure he feels perfectly safe there. But the other is and had some great insights at that event that we just talked about, that billionaires conference up in Palm Beach, where I got to interview Leon Cooperman, which was a thrill. But I'll get both those guys on Crypto Convo. This is going to be streaming everywhere, folks, because we've just signed 2 new streaming deals for Market Rebellion. And so you're going to be seeing this all over the place. I think you'll be happy, and it'll be on virtually every streaming platform and podcast. Bang. In the meantime, you can go to cryptoconvo.com. That's cryptoconvo.com. All right, first one today, NOG. NOG, energy play, stock's down pretty hard today. Traded down to, I think, 24. At 24.50, they started coming in, buying calls. 8,100 represents 810,000 shares of stock, or represents 800,100 shares of stock. So that's a big chunk, just shy of 1 million. I like that. I followed them in. This is a little longer time frame. It's out till the April expiration. So that's about 1 month approximately out into the future. Like the trade, I'm in it. Stocks moving higher as we speak. Then let's talk about Mara, which is Marathon Digital. This is, of course, a crypto player, a miner and so forth. Marathon, look at that, 16% jump today. Why? Well, maybe it was overdone on the sell side. We'll find out. But in the meantime, with Bitcoin moving up by about 8%, and with President Biden talking about regulation and wanting to look at various regulation that could cause more institutional adoption in the space. March 25 calls, the stock was 24.25 this morning when they started aggressively buying these calls, and they've continued to buy them throughout the session, and it's pushed the stock through the strike already. Bang, gotta like that. Third and final of today's 3 at 3 is the NVDA. NVIDIA, the stock traded down hard over the past several weeks. One of those, high flyers that really took it on the chin. Now, we talked about those March 230 calls being bought in big numbers. And as we talked about those, the stock moves through 230. It was 227, I think, when we cited this for our subscribers. I believe just moved through 230 a little bit ago. Bang. I am John Najarian. I encourage you to check out 3 at 3 every business day. My brother Pete does The Take at 10:30 a.m. every business day. And we've got CJ and Matt doing the Daily Crypto by 10 a.m. Eastern Time. All of those free broadcasts available for everybody. If you'd like to learn about trading stock, options, or cryptocurrencies, go on over to marketrebellion.com/get started, and you can check out getting a coach, getting a mentor, or just subscribing to one of the services that might help you be a better investor. Thank you for joining me, folks. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bang. Let's get some.